We're now going to run through key language and vocabulary for informal letters. It's really going to help you build your understanding of what types of informal writing you need to include in your answer to. And up first, we have beginning your letter in a friendly way. So that introductory sentence of your letter. It's great to hear from you. This is such a good way to start any informal, friendly letter. The OG, the original gangster of openers. I'm not sure why I put that. But this is, for sure, a really useful way to open your letter when it's an informal situation. I appreciate the letter you sent my way. Or you could say, apologies for not getting in touch with you for a while. And here I've highlighted getting in touch because I wanted to just quickly show you that idiomatic expressions can sometimes be used within your informal letter. So don't overuse idioms. You might just want to use one or two. And of course, get in touch is an idiom. There's no touching. It just basically means to contact someone, to speak to them, possibly it's been a long time. Here is an example of informal language where we can possibly use idioms. But again, balance, don't use them too much or it'll sound kind of weird. Okay, moving on. We also have slightly longer. It feels like ages since we last caught up. I hope you and your family are doing well. So this would be someone that we know a little bit more, maybe a close friend or a closer relative. It's often good to mention, I hope you and the family are well. Especially, if it's a cousin, an uncle, a close friend, possibly. And really, this is just a great example of starting off your sentence with that. It feels like ages since we last caught up. I hope you and your family are doing well. So that's all I wanted to show you, just 4 examples. Different language we can use to open our letter in a friendly and of course an informal way. So next up, expressing friendliness, some more examples of informal language. I just wanted to chat about. I'm writing to give you a heads up. Guess what happened the other day? Now this is called a rhetorical question. I'm not expecting the person to answer back straight away. But yeah, it's a rhetorical question. And it's just an example of another kind of type of language you can use sometimes in an informal situation for your letter. Next up there's some really exciting news that I can't wait to share with you. This is a really good way to introduce that you're going to bring in some ideas. You're looking at the bullet points, you're thinking about the bullet points. You might say, some really exciting news I can't wait to share with you. And then hit that bullet point and say, and include the information within it. Okay, so asking for help in a relaxed, informal way. Would you mind helping me out with? Could you do me a favour and? Is there any chance you could? I've got a small favour to ask. And lastly, could you lend me a hand with? And here, lend a hand. I'm not actually asking the person for their hand. It's an idiomatic expression to say, could you help me with? So just another example of an idiom. Now, I won't go too much further into all of these, but quite often within a letter, the situation might ask us, or the situation might tell us to ask for help in an informal situation. Here's some language for that. Okay, our final situation of reviewing some key language and vocabulary is for seeking permission and approval. Would it be okay with you if? Would you mind if I? Can I get your go-ahead on? Is it okay with you if? And lastly, I hope that you're okay with. Of course, continue the sentence there. So that brings us to the end of seeking permission and approval, some key language for that, and also just a run through of some key language that can be used in a variety of ways for informal letters.